All right, man. Welcome to another Journeyman podcast episode with your main man, Journeyman Reese. Uh, and shit, we just gonna get into it. Yeah, shit. Ooh, I'm off my rocker. I'm a little rusty, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give y'all an episode last week, but if you've been living under a rock, last week in Texas was some straight bullshit. I kid you not. It was winter wonderland. We were without water, heat, electricity, in some aspects food, man. Straight up. Because a lot of fast food places couldn't open, and everybody was just, it was like the apocalypse in them grocery stores. But straight up, today, man, we'll be covering adversity. So let me tell you about my experience in this past week. So, not to get too personal, I had lost a mentor and a friend. Found that out Sunday, right? And it was so crazy because my mom called me. I was chilling, laying in bed, and she didn't break down, but she broke it down to me. And what I mean by that, she was just explaining everything that was going on, and it really didn't sit in, you know? So it was already snowing and stuff at that point in time. I still had electricity, all that, blase, blase. And I went to sleep. I woke up. First of all, it was just cold as hell in my room. I'm like, damn, what the hell is going on? No power, no nothing. The water was still good at that point, so I wasn't really tripping. But yeah, man, it really sat in. I cried, shed a couple of tears a little bit, and just kept pushing. I'm cool now on it, you know what I mean? Because my brother's in a better place. You know what I mean? He got right with God before he left this earth. And, man, that's all I could ever ask for him. So, but started off with some shit, right? Okay, so a little adversity, right? Working through my emotions, working through my feelings. All right, I go and explore that day. I get around some good people, good energy, man, and it's a beautiful thing. I really don't feel it as much. All right. No electricity, that's okay, whatever. Because it was a case of rolling blackouts. And that was on Monday, if I wasn't mistaken, of that week. All right. Jump in, come back all the way home. The electricity came back on for a little bit, so I heated up some food and was laying in the bed, and I said, fuck it, I'm going to watch Demon Slayer. Because in my head, I was like, well, shit, it's Texas. The snow going to melt, so surely the power will stay on. Nigga, no. When I tell you that power went off so fast, I was just sitting there looking like, well, damn. But I ain't tripped. You know what I mean? I lit a candle, did what I do, and I went to sleep. But I just couldn't sleep, man. I was just thinking about life. I was just thinking about all the things that I'm just going through right now before the winter storm. And in that dark ass room, I laid in bed and I stared at that one candle, and it was symbolic for me because even though everything around me I would feel was crashing down, it was just that candle represented that one light of hope, right? Or that mustard seed of faith, however you want to label it. I decided from that point I was going to hold on to it the entire week. So it's Tuesday, right? I'm sitting there. It's cold. I'm freezing. I go out there, try to get something to eat. My car wouldn't start. I said, okay, it is what it is. Tried it out again. Just wouldn't start. The battery was dead, come to find out on it. But it's just because it was cold. Man, I went to go stay at a friend's crib, you know. And, you know, man, we was all sit up by the fire. And then, you know, I just really got to thinking. Because it in a sense, it was almost like, not to get dark, but it was just almost like that it was a come to God moment, but that's not the dark part. But the dark part was it was just like darkness looming over, right? And it made me really think. And in a sense, maybe that was my rock bottom, but it didn't feel like it because, like I said, I was holding on to that hope. So I was just really sitting there thinking about everything that was going on, right? And it's just, I realized this, and this is where the lesson comes in. In this adversity, I learned that I was half right, and I leaned on convenient excuses. So let me get into the lesson, right? So adversity, right? Defined by Webster or whatever, you know what I'm saying, Oxford, however you want to put it. Adversity is just difficulties, misfortune, right? What does it mean to face adversity? So the definition is a state or an instance of serious or continued difficulty or misfortune showing courage in the face of adversity, right? But to me, my definition is embracing growth, I got some water in here too because my mouth be getting dry on this shit, but embracing growth, right? In my regards, what that means to me, to dumb it down even more, God is preparing you for the next life. I mean, not the next life, the next level or the next frontier of life, right? Because we all go through stages, man. We're growing. We're constantly growing. Even when it feels like we're just stagnant, we're growing. We're learning new skills and how to navigate situations, you know, differently or better, you know? And in adversity, I feel like you receive a revelation on things that you assume were constant. That can be things about yourself, people in your life, the materials that you hold dear, past, present, and future actions, right? So a lot of reflection. And I sat and I thought about these things, man. And to just continue further, right, it revealed to me that I was half right, right? And I leaned on convenient excuses to just reiterate that. I'll get into the convenient excuses later. But half right, what does that mean, right? Being half right led me astray. I developed mediocre habits and I became complacent. I was walking around here purposeless, but yet I wasn't doing enough, in my personal opinion, or to what I've known myself to be capable of, to really find that purpose or to really put some energy into gaining that perspective. I haven't been precise nor firm in my decisions for the past couple of months, if I'm being honest with you. I haven't been talking to God as much lately. Or I really haven't been listening, man. I'll be honest with you. And I believe God talks to you in so many different forms. I haven't really been listening to people as much. I haven't been listening to things that just, things that just want to pour into me. I put a lid on myself, And honestly, I haven't been treating those that really care for me and love me the best. And I haven't made peace with certain people. Okay, but let's talk about it, right? Complacent. a prime example of that is, man, at my job, I was offered some info about a position that was opening up. I can apply to and make a little bit more money, everything like that. The hours potentially would be longer, but I was like, hey, I could work weekends. That's cool. But I just didn't go for it. Just didn't appeal to me. And you can say, well, Ashton, it just didn't appeal to you. But you know what? I didn't even give it a chance. I just assumed I had to work long hours. I just assumed that, you know what I'm saying, it just wouldn't fit my schedule or things of that nature. I wouldn't really enjoy it. But yet, I've complained about what I currently do at that job, which it really ain't much. But the reality of it is that I felt like I was offered an opportunity to move up, and I passed on it. Okay? Then I've been feeling purposeless, y'all. That's a word. I just felt empty a lot of the times. I just come in, do my thing, and then just come on right out. Now I'm taking more proactive steps on trying to find what's a right fit for me. Because I'll be honest with y'all, look, I love this podcast and shit. I love it. How I'm giving it up to y'all right now literally is therapeutic for me. And once again, all the advice or what I lash out, I'm talking like as I'm talking to myself. This ain't really pointed towards nobody. I'm just dealing out the game so that way, man, if you've been feeling like this, you're not alone. And if you are about to embark on something like this, man, hopefully this can help you how to navigate it better in the future. Right? I haven't been treating those that care about me the best. I'll be honest with you, man. I've been short in conversation. I just been dry, emotionless. And if you know me as a person, I feel like I'm vibrant, but yet I have a certain chill to me. And I think really neither one of those were really coming out. I just been, I walk around here mentally drained, emotionally drained, physically drained, sometimes spiritually drained. You know what I mean? All four major aspects of who I am, right? I just felt on E. I haven't been firm in my decisions. I haven't been precise. If you also know me, I'm strategic. I have a plan. I know what I want to do. But as of lately, I just couldn't formulate one. I just been dry. Talking to God. Sometimes I felt like I wouldn't say it, but sometimes I felt like he wasn't hearing me. But really the case was I wasn't talking to him. I wasn't talking to him. You know what I mean? Yes, God is almighty. Yes, God knows what's on your heart, your mind, everything. But he wants you to come to him of your free will. And I'm not, in a sense, just getting all religious on y'all, man. I'm just telling you my experience. And I just haven't made peace. I was restless. Man, there's some situations that's happened to me years ago that I still drop back and think about. And even though I might not think about them in a negative light, it bothers me because sometimes I feel like they hinder what I have right in front of me. And then this leads me to convenient excuses, right? But to explain convenient excuses, that also ties in with that. I have to go back to the first one. Because the first point really encapsulates everything that I was talking about. Developing mediocre, and then becoming complacent. These convenient excuses, maybe you have the same things. Oh man, COVID, I can't do that because of COVID, right? So that's a number one. All of us use it, right? Number two, I'm so stressed out. I'm so stressed. And while attending to your being stressed out is okay, I wasn't attending to it, and I wasn't even trying to adjust that stress. It was like I was almost wallowing in it. You know what I mean? And then just being tired. Tired in all aspects, but yet I wasn't pouring within myself to fulfill those, to recharge those batteries. I wasn't plugging in. I wasn't tapping in any shape, form, or capacity, right? So my thing is this, okay? After experiencing that week, finally getting electricity, finally getting water back, and all these things, right? Going back to somewhat of normalcy. I was laying in bed, and I really thought about it. What is stopping me from taking charge, right? There's a lot of things under the sun we can't control, but there's that old saying, control what you can control, right? And I just had to stop making excuses for myself. I started going back to the gym. You know what I mean? I've taken steps to find a career path that's suitable for me. That's something I enjoy. I haven't started yet, but very soon I plan to make amends with people of the past, so that way it doesn't affect my present anymore, and it doesn't jeopardize my future. You know what I mean? I stopped overthinking, over-strategizing, and just being firm in my decisions. Because the reality is, man, God, everything is written under the sun as well. So what's stopping you from making that risky business venture? What's stopping you from jumping off the porch and starting your own company and everything like that? What's really stopping you? You know what I mean? Because failure is evident in every aspect of life. You are bound to fail. There's nobody with a perfect record unless you Jesus. Okay? But the reality of it is you are bound to fail. So, fuck it. Jump off the porch. Do that thing. You know what I'm saying? Have a plan. Don't jump out here stupid. But what is stopping you from actually going after something that will make you happy? We live in a society that pushes achievement and accomplishment and things of that nature. We push work. And working is fine. Grinding is fine. The hustle is fine. But why are we not hustling towards something that actually fits us, that we actually enjoy? If you ask me, it's a lot of people that's making other people rich and they're unhappy about it. They're only getting a small slice of the pie. I'm talking in terms of money, but I'm talking in terms of happiness too. Enjoyment, all of these things. My whole goal is this. I want to make this show jump. I want to have my own company with it. You know what I'm saying? That way I can put other people in position to win that, make it easier for others. You know what I mean? But I also know, man, that takes time. That's a grind. But why not grind smarter and harder? Because we romanticize the grind, the grit, the. If you're not grinding efficiently, what you grinding for? You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people like, man, the grind hasn't paid me back. The hustle ain't paid me back, but are you doing it efficiently? Surely if you fix your process, you know what I'm saying, you put it under the scope, you are bound to yield something more lucrative for your troubles. You know what I mean? And right, this lucrative thing that I'm speaking of is not always money. It's knowledge, relationships, you know what I'm saying? Or just simple peer ability. The fact that you're allowed to do this, the fact that I'm allowed to be able to get in this booth, or I'm able to sit down at my desk at the crib and just sit here and record and talk to y'all and really build a relationship with y'all and be in the community. That is a privilege. That's an ability. You know what I'm saying? And I can't take it for granted. Because honestly, y'all, if I ain't start this back in December or whenever I started this, y'all, I would have been down bad. I'm not even going to lie to you. Super down bad. For real, for real. But going back to the topic, right? Being half right. Right? You can't be halfway. You can't be halfway. I say half right because, right, this is for the people that they making strides, but they also taking a couple steps back at the same time, right? You got to be all the way in. You know what I'm saying? You can't have your cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? Because it just doesn't work like that. You know? And I'm not saying, man, there won't be an opportunity to where, hey, man, you got a piece of cake, but you can also have a slice of a pie. But what are the chances of that at this stage? Very slim. Okay? So my question for y'all to really just cap off this lesson and then just we'll transition into some music. Is it time for you to get all the way right? And if so, what does it look like? And I ask that because, right, my process might look completely different from yours. Right? Me being saying I'm half right is really me being generous, right? I might be a quarter right. I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. But, you know what I'm saying? You might be 3/4 right. What are the steps that you have to take to get that other quarter? Right? You know what I'm saying? If you half right, what do you have to do to get that other 50? Hell, if you a quarter, what do you got to do to get that other 75? You know what I mean? What does it look like? What does it take? I suggest you write it down. Y'all, I write down predominantly just about everything. My goals, my dreams, my hopes, whatever. Okay? I pray about it, and then I go do it. Right? I got my first car at 21. I'm 22 now. But at the age of 19, going on 20, in a little dorm room, I sat down and I wrote on a dry erase board or notebook paper. I can't remember what it was. I said, man, one of my goals is that I will get a car. That was the summer of 2018. The next summer, 2019, I hit a lick on the Facebook market page, and, man, I bought Celine, man. You might see her in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, man, she ain't the best, but she's mine. Like J. Cole said, you got to love yours, for real. You know what I mean? Then my next question for you is, what excuses are preventing you, from being your best self. All right. Them convenient excuses really are just the general ones, right? You know, man, there's so much opportunity. There's so much money, love, anything you can think of. It's out there in abundance. It may not seem like that, but it really is, man, because that's how God made it. Straight up, I believe that. You know, and this applies in every aspect. Like, okay, relationship wise, straight up, fellas, what's stopping you from locking in? Because the reality of it is that, man, she might just really be the one. But hey, you know what I'm saying? It looks live in the streets. You know what I'm saying? The grass looks greener on the other side, but it's really where you water it at. Right? Okay. Hey, so-and-so been sent you the information. It's a great business deal. It can do wonders for you. It's almost like it's ordained, like it's written. Hey, man, it probably is. You know what I'm saying? What's stopping you? What excuse are you really coming up with? My whole thing, man, really with this lesson, this lecture, whatever you want to call it. Y'all, we're all on borrowed time. And our number can get called at any given moment. I think in every aspect, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, I feel like it's always cool to be aligned in all four. If you start spiritually, man, I honestly believe that it'll take care of the other three. For real. You know what I'm saying? But that's not to say that, right, you can't tackle it from any other aspect and it not work. That's just my opinion. It can work a whole bunch of ways. We're all different. We're all different. But one thing we all have in common, we're on borrowed time, okay? And your number can get called at any given moment. So my question to you is what's stopping you? What's stopping you from really reaching and fulfilling your full potential? You know what I mean? Because it starts with you and it ends with you. You know what I mean? Yes, circumstances happen, but the reality of it is, man, adversity, embrace that. Embrace that, because that is a period for you to grow. Because as soon as adversity leaves, a blessing comes right behind it. And it's a cycle. Because life is a marathon, not a sprint. You got to keep going. So those are my questions for you, man. Really marinate on that. But yo, look, in other news, because I think I've been going for probably about 30 minutes or so. So I ain't gonna lie, this might be a short one. It may not. Who knows? But I'm gonna touch on some music so that I can get up out here and I get my man Luther up out of here. Once again, shout out to Luther, because he a real nigga. He came in here. He monitored my levels. That's love off top. So look, check this out. New music, right? All right. So, man, I actually discovered this man on the 85 South Show. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely an 85 percenter. I love them, bro. Like, they're genuine. I love everything that they do. You know what I mean? For real. So, Seti Hendrix, man. I discovered him on the DJ Drama episode that didn't come out not too long ago. So he signed to DJ Drama. He's from Florida. The project that I like from him is, I think it's an EP, it's 7 songs. It's called Say Less. So that's Seddy Hendrix. So that's Seddy Hendrix, Hendrix. Seddy Hendrix, okay? My favorite songs off that little project is definitely number 1, Florida Nights, number 2, Jack W, and then number 3, Sunshine. So look, that's 3 out of 4 that are solidified with me. And that's not even saying the other 4 are bad. It's just that, like, those 3 just stood out to me. Okay? Then I've been listening to some Jay Stallin. So look, I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri. At the time, man, I used to go back there summers after I moved to Texas. And my cousins used to put me up on all these Bay Area rappers. So you got the Jacka, you got Am Pacino, you got Burner, you got Jay Stallin, Joe Blow. All these dudes that is just like, they are really from the street scene of the Bay Area, if I'm correct, right? So with that being said, I just, I always like to listen back because, February is the month where I lost my little cousin. And like Jay Stallin was one of the artists he listened to a lot. So, I always touch back and revisit, you know what I'm saying, just his music. Because 1, it goes hard, you know what I'm saying? And just 2, I don't know, it's just a little something for me. So the projects I was listening to, this one came out in 2016 on Behalf of the Streets 2, right? So that's a mixtape. And then another one is Memoirs of a Curb Server, right? And I think that came out in 2012, maybe 2011. But I definitely think 2012. It's too many songs to count, bro. He has a lot of songs that I mess with heavy that you would never think I'd listen to. You know what I mean? My music taste, especially in hip-hop, just changes. You know what I mean? Then also, coming straight out of, L.A., my boy Dom Kennedy. This was a project that he released in 2020, Rap and Roll, and I just been listening to that. Dom Kennedy has always been a personal favorite of mine, man. I've been listening to bro since high school, and the reality is, man, like, his music, he always says some fly shit to me. And it was just shit that was relatable. He ain't never tried to be a street dude or nothing like that. He was just cool. You know what I mean? And it's just his lyrics, the presentation of his songs, the delivery, all that stuff, bro. Like, I'm a huge fan. It's pretty much like this. Best way I can put it, if you listen to Currency, Larry June, any of the Jet Life niggas and stuff like that, you probably fuck with Dom Kennedy, straight up. You know what I mean? He's been on a lot of people's shit. If you fuck with Nip, you definitely fuck with Dom Kennedy. Straight up. You know what I mean? So, but that's all the music I've been listening to. Also, man, time out, y'all, man. I want to do my boy some justice, straight up. Man, my homeboy's little cousin, little bro. Hold up, y'all. Y'all got me on Facebook. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to give bro my promotion. This promo. Because honestly, man, and I just don't give this to anybody, bro's music really goes hard, man. Yo, so he's an artist from New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? But like me, he got transplanted to Texas. It is what it is. My boy, Grady Nail, boy. Hey, listen. He got a mixtape dropping Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. It's 13 songs. It's called Checkmate. Grady Nail, bro. You can find him on SoundCloud off top. You know what I'm saying? I know bro personally, and I ain't gonna say it's government, you know what I'm saying? But I've been knowing bro for a long time. I've been knowing bro since middle school, you know what I'm saying? And I think bro was probably in elementary at the time. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to play buddy like that. But he was definitely hella young. I was young, whatever. But Lil Bro been going crazy. I remember he showed me some of his stuff in a PlayStation party. And then shit, his big cousin, who's like my best friend, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say his government either. He, you know, he always send me his shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And I just listen to it. And honestly, bro, Lil Bro is finding himself in his music. I can tell right now it's not all the way there yet. You know what I'm saying? In terms of just, he just finding himself. He refining the process. You know what I'm saying? He getting better with every song, honestly. You know what I'm saying? From hearing him in the beginning to now is like, it's almost damn near night and day. You know what I'm saying? So he's really getting there. Once he find his niche, it's over with. And then after that, it's just, you know what I'm saying, developing skill, working on that. But Grady Nell, man, mixtape dropping this coming Saturday. So, yo, it's Wednesday, February 24th, right? Okay. Check me out. So, we go to the calendar, right? Boom. Saturday, February 27th. That's when my nigga shit is dropping. Y'all go check bro out. For real. And shit. This has been the Journeyman podcast. I usually have some news on sports, but shit, I really ain't got nothing to say. The only thing I can speak on is that the Timberwolves finally fired their head coach. They're hiring the assistant coach in Toronto. Honestly, I'm going to talk about it real quick. I think that's a lucrative job in the NBA. I think that's the job you want. Here's why. Offensively, the offensive firepower is there. D'Angelo Russell is hurt, but right now, leading the charge, Karl Anthony Towns, who hasn't played that many games, but certified star. You got Anthony Edwards, who's definitely picking up, showing that he is a top pick in this league, number 1 to be exact. And then you got Malik Beasley, who honestly is shooting from a loaded clip. He's been hitting. A lot of people haven't been talking about it, but I touched on it an episode ago. I think bro was like averaging like damn near like in a span of 5 games, 26 points or some shit like that. It was high 20s, bro. But going off that aspect, man, I think that's a lucrative job. I think if they add some new defensive schemes and concepts and everything, I think they'll be a lot better. I think somebody needs to work with Karl Anthony Towns, make him a better defender straight up, because he's great on the weak side, but that strong side, he gets cooked. But it's just because he's skinny. What saves him is, you know, he's one of the best shooting bigs in the league, straight up, as if we're talking about center. So it's a great position. But once again, man, this is Journeyman Reese off the Journeyman podcast, man. And y'all stay blessed. Peace. And we off.